Welcome to the Patriot Angle Podcast, a show about America's truth, unhinged, unfiltered, raw. Your host, Mike Gardner. Hey guys, welcome to another edition to the Patriot Angle. This is, believe it or not, episode 41. Wow, 41, and we're almost to the end of the year. A couple more weeks of this dreadful 2020. I'm telling you, this year has been I don't know if the words of disaster would be good for this year, but let's just say it's just been odd and a little difficult, right? A little odd and difficult. Folks, I'm going to keep this show short and sweet. I do apologize, but the amount of space on the podcast platform is a little limited this week with other podcasts needed the space. You know, that's okay. It's okay. It's my fault. I think I waited too long. I waited too long to do the podcast. But, this is not my only line of work. I mean, I do have a full-time job, and I do this on the side. Why do I do it? I just love doing it. I just love doing it. You know, I don't know. I just enjoy it so much. But I hope everyone's getting ready for Christmas. Despite of what the radical left of demagogues of leadership say to it, practice social distancing and stay 6 feet away from one another, put masks or muzzles on your face when you're going to see your families and friends over the holiday season. Speaking of the holiday season, do we have to say, now quote me if I'm wrong, do we have to be politically correct and say happy holidays? Or can we just say Merry Christmas? I mean, does everybody want to say Merry Christmas or Happy Holidays? I mean, what do you prefer? What do you prefer? I mean, I prefer saying Merry Christmas. I mean, that's the merriest of ways to say it. All right, Merry Christmas. Right? Why not? Why do we have to say Happy Holidays? Like we're going to offend somebody by saying Merry Christmas? Just say Merry Christmas. It's America. Why do I have to basically put up with other people's ethnical beliefs or spiritual beliefs because they weren't born in this country and they're from another country? Why do I have to, as an American, put up with other cultures? Oh, boy. I mean, this is America. I mean, I thought we have our own cultures. Folks, this is what bothers me. This is the only country that has given so much leniency towards other countries of culture that we literally have to abandon our own culture. First of all, I don't even think we have a culture anymore in this country. I think the culture era basically vanished over probably about 20, 30 years ago, right? You know? Now it's like, oh, God, you must be a racist or I'm offended because you're not honoring my culture. It's funny because you go to other countries, folks, and, you have to honor their culture. You know, you honor their culture, and that's that. You know, some countries don't put up with it. You either honor their culture or you get the hell out. I mean, why can't we have that here in America? Because simple-minded imbeciles, such as Governor Meatball Cuomo and Nancy Pelosi and all the radical left, no. No, you're a bigot if you don't do that. I'm telling you, folks, it's getting bad. It's getting bad. But I'd like to have some feedback with the whole Merry Christmas concept. I mean, Do you prefer saying Happy Holidays, or do you prefer to say Merry Christmas? You know, if you want to leave a comment, you can leave a comment on my Facebook page at the Patriot Angle Podcast. You know, you can just drop a comment there in the comment box, or you can, or if anybody has the Anchor app, the Anchor Podcast app, you can leave me some feedback on my page there. Greatly appreciate it. And please, folks, if you could support my podcast, that'd be great. It actually helps us, put out more episodes. So if you could appreciate my, loyal contribution to the show myself, that I would very much appreciate that. With that being said, folks, welcome to today's show. I'm going to take a quick little break, and I'm going to be right back. You got to hear this new the Stephen Miller story. Oh boy, it's jumping headlines here. We'll be right back, folks, after these words. Don't go anywhere. Hey, folks, this got to get to a new sponsor here on the show. Freewheel Farms. Anybody living in the Atlanta area, if you're looking for a farm, an urban farm, pretty cool one too, in the city, look no further to Freewheel Farms. I happen to live near this great little business here that's run by young farmers. That know their stuff, folks. They know their stuff, and they know what's healthy for you. Head over there to Freewheel Farms. You can even check them out on their Facebook, Freewheel Farms, or freewheelfarms.com. They have everything from organic vegetables to just about anything that you're looking for. Very, very good stuff. They know everything about farming. They know everything about organics. I happen to buy from them from time to time, and they're very, very well down-to-earth type of people. So if you're looking for a good farmer's market even too, head over there to Freewheel Farms in Atlanta, Georgia. Folks, this is a really, really good small business, and if anything, any time for supporting a small business, that's the company to support. And I support Freewheel Farms. So head over there to today and basically check them out.
The only date in the Constitution is January 20th. So we have more than enough time to right the wrong of this fraudulent election result and certify Donald Trump as the winner of the election. As we speak today, an alternate slate of electors in the contested states is going to vote, and we're going to send those results up to Congress. This will ensure that all of our legal remedies remain open. That means that if we win these cases in the courts, that we can direct that the alternate slate of electors be certified. The state legislatures in Georgia, Wisconsin, Pennsylvania can do the same. And likewise, Congress has that opportunity as well to do the right thing. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna stop it right there. You just heard Stephen Miller, aide to President Trump. Basically, I mean, folks, they're trying to get the fight still on. I mean, at this point, I mean, I'm with everybody here in the country. I'm here with everybody in the country. I mean, that, folks, we all know about what, a month and a half ago now? Over a month and a half ago, going on a month and a half, right? Of the general election. The election was stolen. We know that. We know the election was stolen. I mean, at this point, I mean, does Trump really have a choice with that matter that he's gonna overturn the election and this and that and become president? Yes and no, folks. Yes and no. My heart says yes, but my gut feeling says no. What's going to come down to it is, Biden's going to get elected in January 20th. And, that's going to be your new president, Biden, of course, unfortunately, because of the election fraud. Everybody knows that there was fraud. Everybody knows what there was fraud. You can clearly see that the fraud was there. The fraud was there. And everybody sees it. I see it. And, it's sad because, no one will admit that, that there was no fraud. There was no fraud. I mean, even the U.S. Attorney General that was backing Trump for months upon months, the last couple of years over different types of scenarios, is now saying there was no fraud that could change the election. But, what can you do? What could you do? I mean, seriously, what could you do? I mean, you could say that there was fraud, but now Attorney General Barr is saying, declares there's no evidence of widespread voter fraud in this election. Really? After everything that you defended President Trump on, Barr, you're now going to come and you're gonna basically just turn the hoot and say there was no fraud? Seriously, has the rhinos given up? Has the Republicans given up on their own party and just come out to say it? Oh, there's no fraud. Yep. There's no fraud. It's really sad that we gotta come down to this. Really, really sad that we gotta come down to this. And what's really sad is that that Trump's own party, the Republicans, some of them, not all of them, some of them are actually admitting that Biden won. Oh yeah, he won fair and square. We all know that was a bunch of bullshit. I mean, seriously, who in their right mind is going to say that Biden won fair and square? I mean, who's going to come out and say that Biden won fair and square? You can look at it that President Trump won over 70 million votes? 70 million votes? Yeah, I had to get the numbers right. The only president in history. You're trying to tell me that Biden won more? No, the only way that Biden could win was from dead people that voted multiple times, people that voted in states that they weren't even registered in. Oh, Dominion played a really, really good part. A really good part on this. Oh yeah. Oh man, they had it right in the basket. But we're going to hear, that's what we're going to hear, folks. We're going to hear for the next couple of weeks, going into a month now almost, until the new president's sworn in. But it's okay, folks. Your president's still Donald Trump. Is he going to fight this? Sure, he's going to fight it. Does he have a chance? Slim to none. Slim to none. We've seen that the Supreme Court is rejecting lawsuits in different states. Folks, if your own United States Supreme Court is rejecting lawsuits of potential fraud, videos of potential fraud, how the hell are you going to trust how are you going to trust your government? How are you going to trust your elected officials? How are you going to trust the election system in future presidential elections? The president even said that no future president should go through this type of abuse. So now we know that this Dominion, this new voting mail-in ballot crap is going to take place in big major elections in the future. And folks, we can't have that. We can't have that as a democracy in this country. There's no way. There's no way. No way. Do we have that clip of okay, so we're going to play that clip. We do have that clip. I want to play this clip of Attorney General Barr saying no evidence of large-scale election fraud. This oh boy, I tell you.
Time to waste time. We have a couple of weeks left here.
This is Mitch McConnell.
Support to get out of the Congress, but it requires a presidential signature.
He knows darn well the House is Democratic majority. He knows darn well he needs Democratic votes in the Senate to get anything done, since a number of his people won't vote for any proposal.
Shut up, Schumer.
And yet he continues to negotiate in a partisan way.
Schumer and House Speaker Nancy Pelosi sent a new version of their own proposal to McConnell last night. In Brazil, a criminal gang...
I thought we had the clip. I'm going to try to find this clip here for you of Attorney General Barr basically just coming out and saying, that there's no fraud. There's no election fraud. No election fraud. But we all knew, folks, that Attorney Barr knew about the Hunter Biden probe before the election. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to talk about that? Let's talk about that real quick, and then we'll go back to the whole Barr basically dropping the whole election fraud. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go.
Business dealings well before the election, but kept them from public view. Reaction from Republican Senator Marsha Blackburn.
Well, this is one that they all got wrong, Shannon. They knew. And, Joe Biden's campaign team had to know he had been under federal investigation by the FBI, by DOJ, for it was a criminal investigation.
Let's get to our chief congressional correspondent.
All right, I'm going to cut it off right there. I just wanted to play a quick little bite. Basically, Attorney General Barr knew about the Hunter Biden probe before the election. Oh, yeah. He knew about it. He knew about it damn well. He knew about this, that even, folks, the Wall Street Journal reports that Attorney General Barr was aware of the investigation into the Hunter Biden's taxes before the election and kept it from the public. Yep. This is the same Attorney General that is now saying that there was no election fraud. He's just dropping the whole thing. I can tell you why he's dropping the whole damn thing, to be honest with you. Yeah, maybe Barr wants a little bit of the pie, so to speak, of this new administration, this new transition of administration. Oh, God willing, if there's still a fight in President Trump to basically just basically keep on fighting President Trump for this election. I know that there was fraud. I know that there's fraud, and I hope to God that something comes out in the Supreme Court and rules out you as the next commander-in-chief of this country, and you get a second term, because God willing, you need one. We need you, President Trump. We'll be right back after these words, folks. Don't go anywhere. All right, folks, back to the show. We're talking about a lot of different things. We're talking about, everything that's just going on with this crazy wackadoo story here of the election probe and, the fraud, mainly the fraud in that probe. We're talking about the Hunter Biden playing a big part of this election, possibly becoming a national embarrassment to his father. Maybe Big Joe, senile Joe has some some cahoots into this story too. We don't know. We don't know. But they'll sweep it under the rug like the Democrats always do. They'll sweep it under the rug like they did with the whole Hillary email thing a few years ago. Remember that? Did we hear about the Hillary thing? Nope. Got swept under the rug. Just like everything else. Gets swept under the rug. Gets swept under the rug. But see, now they have a political weapon. Now the Dems have a political weapon against Trump. Now they can use this COVID-19 as an alternative, right? They could say, "Oh, look at Trump. Trump is responsible for over hundreds of thousands of deaths here in the United States because people died from COVID." No. Trump actually saved more lives than the actual death tolls. I mean, do you believe the death tolls? I don't believe them. Do you believe the numbers from the corrupted news networks, CNN? I don't believe them one damn bit. They're the most corrupted network out there. CNN, even Fox News is jumping to the left. I don't believe them. I don't believe the numbers. I don't believe the polls. I sure as hell don't believe Biden and Harris won it on a historic landslide. Oh, there was people in numbers that came out for Biden and Harris during the general election. People in numbers. Yeah, we all know the hoax. We all know that in the State Farm Arena. What was that? The State Farm Arena, right, in Atlanta, where they were counting ballots, the fake ballots there in downtown Atlanta. Yeah, there was a water main break, right? We all knew that it was a runny toilet. Found out that it was a runny toilet. That was just an excuse to tell the media so they had something to report off of. But nah, the media won't tell you that. They won't tell you that. The only thing you'll hear that on is, the real story of it is podcasts like such as myself. Maybe Hannity will report on it. A couple other podcasts, conservative podcasts for that matter. But yeah. Everybody knows that this election is going to go down in history as probably one of the fakest elections in modern day history. We have a soundbite from actually the president, believe it or not, the president of the United States commenting on this whole Hunter Biden probe. Oh, you got to listen in. This is jaw dropping, bombshell even. Here it is right here.
He's got to act, and he's got to act fast. He's got to appoint somebody. This is major corruption, and this has to be known about before the election. This has to be done early, so the Attorney General has to act.
There's also the president.
That was the president of the United States, Donald J. Trump, commenting on the Hunter Biden right before the election. Right before the election, that Donald Trump was urging the Attorney General to look into this probe. To look into the probe between Hunter, look into the probe between Joe, and find out what the hell is going on. What the hell is going on? I'm telling you, folks, a lot of corruption going on. A lot of corruption. You even have, and it gets better, folks. You even have, some of the actual Republicans, not all of them. Some of them have jumped ship. Some of them are just, giving up on their own party and saying, "Oh, Biden won." Biden won. They're quitting. Basically, they're quitting. They're quitting on you, the American people. They're not fighting for democracy. They're just quitting. But some of them, some conservative Republicans, the very few that's still out there, are saying that democracy will never be the same after this election. I strongly believe that democracy won't be the same after this election. This election, folks, was stolen from Trump and the American people. Why? Because they couldn't get him in the Mueller reports. They couldn't get him with the fake Russia collusion accusations. They couldn't get him with the ridiculous, stupid impeachment hearings, one after the other, earlier this year. And then guess what, folks? They went so low to create a pandemic to make this president look like shit. Terrible. Terrible how our democracy went from strong will to an embarrassment on a national scale. Terrible.
Police power, the kind of gangster and thug mentality. Somebody's got to open up the jails and let our children go.
The truth, Warnock has always pursued a radical social agenda.
Nobody can serve God and the military.
Warnock's agenda is radical socialism.
Lay your power down.
Hey, folks, back to the show. We're going to be wrapping the show up quickly, running out of time. I only want to do a short one today. A short one. That's okay. I try to do as much as I can for the listeners out there because, folks, I don't have to do this. I only do this because I do it because of the passion I have. The passion I have, and for the many, many fans. I mean, you wouldn't believe the fan base I have on this show. People from all over the world that listen, Sweden, Ireland, people in India, France, the UK, Canada, here in the US. I do appreciate all the support I get from all my listeners. Without you, there wouldn't be the Patriot Angle podcasts, and that's true. That is 100% true. Folks, we have some breaking news. President Trump has just had Attorney General Barr. Believe it or not, we've been talking about him all day. Well, not all day. Basically, just in the podcast. But Barr, Attorney General William Barr, is going to be resigning. Oh, yeah. General William Barr resigns, and he's calling for his resignation he's going to resign after Christmas Day. So after the 25th of this month, Attorney General Barr is going to be no more. It's, just came in about an hour ago. That U.S. Attorney General Barr steps down as Trump's election defeat confirmed. Oh, boy. U.S. Attorney General Barr will step down next week, he said on Monday. This was just earlier this week. Actually, today. What am I saying earlier this week? Today. Today is Monday. I keep on forgetting the week is going by quick. As the Electoral College confirmed President Trump's loss to Democrat President-elect Joe Biden. See, folks, I knew where this was going. See, he wants a piece of the pie. He wants a piece of the pie of the next administration. You're a traitor and you're a quitter, Barr. I knew you were no good. See, he knows that Trump is gonna be out of the office after January 20th. So guess what? He's gonna go doing some brown nosing to the next administration and seeing what he can get. Maybe a cabinet member. Maybe a cabinet member in the Biden administration. Oh boy. Wouldn't that be something, huh? Barr, who had angered Trump by not supporting his incorrect claims that the November 3rd election result had been tainted by widespread fraud, said he would leave office on December 23rd, a little less than a month before Biden is sworn in on January 20th. So between the 23rd and 25th, he said he's going to leave his office. He's done. Deputy Attorney General Jeff Rosen will take over as the acting Attorney General after Barr's departure, Trump said. Trump lashed out at Barr on Twitter over the weekend after the Wall Street Journal reported that Barr knew earlier this year about investigation into Biden's son's Hunter's taxes and didn't do a damn thing about it. Oh, Christ. Folks, what is this country? What is it coming to? What is this country coming to? What is this country coming to? Folks, what you could have from a Trump administration is the greatest thing, folks. Okay? If Trump gets out of office, and God willing, I hope there's some more fight in him, and I hope puts their cojones together and acts correctly for the American people. That Trump will go down as a president that had an historic record, help boost the economy, strengthen our depleted military from the previous administration of Obama and Biden, and curbed illegal immigration. In 3.5, 4 years, Trump did more as an outsider of a president than any president in history. It's true. But folks, what we are seeing is a democracy, a United States Constitution, freedom of speech, freedom of religion, your liberties, everything you stand for in this country being stripped away. Corruption at its best. Socialism at its best. Folks, we are entering a brand new country after January 20th. And folks, all I could say is everybody please be prepared, because it's not going to be a pretty one. Folks, with that being said, thank you for joining into today's podcast. And as always, we'll see you on the next one. You just heard an episode of the Patriot Angle Podcast, an Anchor platform.